Welcome back. It was 70 years ago today, Western New York faced the remnants of Hurricane Hazel. The storm blew through some parts of the state, bringing widespread damage and devastating flooding, mostly circulated towards Toronto. Meteorologist Liam Healy joining us now and taking a deeper look into this historic storm.
Hurricane Hazel was responsible for over 500 deaths as it tore a path from the Caribbean to southern Canada, with over 400 of those deaths alone occurring in Haiti as the storm made landfall there as a Category 2 hurricane. By the time it made its way to the United States almost 10 days after it formed, it had grown to a monstrous Category 4 storm.
Hurricane Hazel made landfall on October 15th of 1954 in the Carolinas as a major hurricane. And it was a significant storm for down in that region.
Within a day, the storm arrived in western New York as it was picked up by another incoming system from the west.
Hazel accelerated northward and moved much faster than a typical hurricane. Hurricanes typically move with a forward speed of 10 to 20 miles per hour. Hazel started moving at about 50 miles per hour northward.
What made Hazel unique for our area was the strength of its wind. While no longer a hurricane, by the time it moved through, the storm still maintained much of its strength.
Winds were gusting up above 50 miles per hour, so there were a lot of power and telephone lines down, about 1,200 people without service, a lot of trees down.
If you think about mid-October, there's still leaves on the trees. So when we still have leaves on the deciduous trees, they put up a lot more resistance to the wind.
And while Rochester itself was just grazed by the core of the storm, other parts of our region took on the brunt of the damage.
One quote from a local utility company in the Buffalo area said it was the worst damage that they had seen to date. So this did produce significant tree damage and extensive power outages.
Toronto was devastated. They had about 7,000 acres flooded, about 80 people killed. It was just a mess. I think they said $10 million worth of damage up there. So in retrospect, we were very fortunate compared to them.
And while this might not be a storm you hear of very often, it was significant in its time, even down in New York City, where 113 mile per hour gust was measured at Battery Park as the storm moved northward. While arguably Rochester itself escaped some of the worst of this storm, the name was retired in 1969, never to be used again due to all the damage it caused along the way.